Hello and welcome to That Shooting Show. My name's Steve Anderson. I am once again your humble host, and we just wrapped up our my final day in Brazil. This is not your final day in Brazil.
Oh, no.
No, you're going to be here for a while. Wrapped up my final day in Brazil. It's always a little bittersweet when I leave a place that I've been for a while. This place has begun to feel like home, both the house we're in and the country. The shooters have been so gracious and so wonderful, even when I get a little bit passionate.
Yes.
They respond quite well.
Yes.
And if I do get a little passionate on the range, we usually don't have that problem much longer.
No.
You know,
but I think for the next year, I'm going to get you a clipboard.
A clip with a second
Yeah,
it's
it's going to be more dramatic.
Yeah. We'll definitely do some clipboard throwing. But like, so here's an example. When you take a class with me, here's how it works. If I say it once, it's important. If I say it twice, it's extremely important. If I say it 3 times, I think you're not getting it. And I won't give up on you. I really won't. But the 4th or 5th time, I'm starting to wonder if you respect my opinion.
Yeah, I don't think. No,
with all due respect, I don't know.
I don't think that's it. I think the way you teach techniques and mental management and match mode are really, really effective. But for some people, it's kind of a little harder. Like it's so simple, but so difficult for some people to apply.
What's
fully.
It's counterintuitive.
Yes.
So if somebody's been in the sport for 10 years and the training industry is telling them all these things they got to do, all these things they got to think about, it's overwhelming. And then along comes Anderson. Here's what you need to do. Pick one thing to think about. Trust your body to get the job done. There's no way that can work.
Yes.
Right? I've been holding my feet a certain way. I've been counting my steps. I've been not getting subconscious stage. I have positive imprint. So like nothing's working. Right?
And you gotta consider it not only this, but shooting companies trying to sell you, saying that the problem is your gun, you need a recoil spring, a different recoil spring, different trigger.
Like if only you had my guide rod and my trigger assembly and my brass weight and my sights and my red dot, then you'd be onto something. And I totally get it. Every instructor has something to sell. I am no different. What I sell is simplicity. That's what I sell.
For sure.
Right. Use dry fire, and it probably doesn't do me any favors because I'm being copied by so many people who are giving my methodology all these fancy names. Right? The plyometrics of biometric dry fire. Ooh, that sounds cool. Oh, you reached for your wallet. Right?
Yeah.
Oh, I'll give you all the money in the world. Oh, you're going to biometric technology and the neurology of learning. I don't care about any of that stuff because I know how it works.
Yeah.
And I learned it playing guitar.
For sure.
Yeah. Okay, I'll even show you. Okay. I got to break my rule. I never play guitar right out of the shower.
Okay.
But it's okay. All right, so I literally had dry fire drills for guitar.
Oh, dry fire drills for guitar?
Yeah, because we do things like this. Okay? Watch which fingers I'm using. Okay? Mm-hmm. See how it's 1, 3, 4?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Okay. So I had dry fire drills.
Okay.
I was on my bed and I'd go.
But this won't be live fire because you're playing?
It's unplugged. You don't plug it in.
Okay.
So I'm not making music. I'm teaching my fingers to move in that pattern. So I do 1, 3, 4. Then I do 1, 2, 4. And I go all the way up. Look what else I'm doing. Alternate picking.
Okay.
That's a big deal too. Mm-hmm. And then I do chromatics. That's the best one.
yes. I done all these drills, yes. When I play bass and acoustic guitar, yeah.
And this is why I don't teach this is why I don't shoot in class. Because now I want to practice. Okay?
Yes.
But now that I can do that, okay?
Okay.
Now I'm in a better position to make music.
Yes.
And you want to talk about
Yes.
simplicity? Mm-hmm. You blues fans, listen to this. Does that sound like blues to you? That sounds Chinese to me. You bring honor to your family. So that's dry fire. So you dry fire so you can do this. Was that A? It was A. That's so lovable.
Yeah.
That could be loved.
Yes.
Okay? So you train the fingers to do the thing that they need to do to make the music. But if my fingers can't do the thing, I can't make the music. And it doesn't do me any good to go straight to the music if my fingers can't do the thing. That's what she said. So, simplicity. Teach the body to do the thing that the body needs to do. Teach the body to draw the gun. Teach the body to load the gun. And then do it so many times that it doesn't require conscious thought. People don't know that. People don't know that the reason for dry fire, I'm the only one that'll tell you, the reason for dry fire is to build subconscious skill. Maybe some instructors assume it, but I don't think they really know. They say things like, you got to train it right so you can't get it wrong. Well, what does that mean?
Or usually they say for pushing really hard on training so that in match day you shoot like 80% of your skill.
That's dumb.
Oh,
Why would I not? Why would I want 80% of my skill?
like at least in Brazil, it's a pretty common thing.
80% of your skill or 80%
Yeah.
of your speed?
Of like your speed.
Well,
and,
they're
and
both
skill.
dumb. Okay, if I can do a thing in 3 seconds, what's 80% of that? 20% would be one. Let's try it this way.
Like, it would be
okay,
like
if I can do it,
1.6
okay,
cents, yeah,
but if I can do a
yes.
thing in 10 seconds,
Okay.
okay, am I going to go out and do it in 12?
No.
That would be dumb.
That would be dumb.
Why
yeah.
would I do that? What I say is do the opposite. I do the opposite. Train the body to go faster than it needs to, so that when you see your sights on every target, you're at the right speed. But you're bumping up against the limit of human function. That's what I want. We're always bumping up against the limit of human function. Mm-hmm. Okay? I can draw and present a handgun in 0.6 of a second. That'll happen 3 yards every single time. Am I going to fire a shot at 15 yards in 0.6 of a second?
No.
Probably not.
No, probably not. Yeah.
But if my presentation is 0.6, it'll take me some amount of time to get a stable sight picture.
Yes.
Why would I want to put a limit on that? Why would I want to say, oh, I presented in 0.6, now I shall take another 0.6 to say, why would I do that?
So what you're saying is using this concept, you'll be under trying. You're under trying.
In my concept?
Yeah. Yes. So like, let's say you do something in 10 seconds
Okay.
in training.
Okay.
And they tell you to go to a match and
Oh, the Brazilian
Brazilian
concept.
concept. Yeah.
Oh, so I
It would
like
be
a,
under
I
trying.
like a lot of Brazilian concepts. Big fan. Big fan.
Okay.
But not that one. Okay.
It would be under trying. I'm correct.
Yes, for sure. Under trying is dumb.
So, and we see that in class.
Oh, we're getting wind noise. Shut
Oh,
that
yes.
door, please.
Oh, yes, please.
We're gonna get so much hate mail for the wind noise.
Oh, all right, Cliff, you're gonna. All right, Cliff, you're gonna send you a really really pissed off.
He'll say, Steve, shut the damn door. You get wind noise in your microphone. We're shutting the door, Arik. Settle down. Oh, I hope he wasn't wearing earbuds.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that would be
bad.
bad. Okay, the wind noise is gone. Okay, so where were we? Yes, that's under trying.
We know that under trying is not top performance.
No, never. Never.
Oh.
Because once we understand a top performance is a subconscious stage plan with subconscious skill. Anybody who's saying that now is literally taking it from me. They're like, oh, Anderson's on this rant about subconscious skill. I better start talking about that. Well, like they talk about everything else I say. It's fine. It's fine. I'm super flattered. But I'd appreciate it if you'd credit the source. And you know who you are right now, by the way. You know who you are. Recycling Andersonisms and not crediting the source. But I digress. Under trying requires the conscious mind to adjust speed.
Yes.
If my conscious mind is constantly controlling speed, I am what's the word? I'm overriding subconscious skill. We saw it today. Okay,
Yes.
let's talk about that. I set up a stage. 2 targets, 4 meters, 4 yards. That's it. 1 open and 1 partial. And the
Yes.
stage was 3 shots per target.
Oh.
And I said the best 3 hits will score. And then we had to talk about, well, what do you mean the best 3 hits? Does that mean I shoot 3 on paper? And I say the best 3 hits will score. So if you want 3 hits to score, you better shoot 3 shots.
Yes.
And I did that on purpose, by the way.
It's very clever.
I wanted them to experience a little bit of grumpy RO.
Oh.
That was very intentional.
Yes.
Okay, you may have noticed at times I was verbose and other times I was very quiet. Mm-hmm. Because if they're not listening to me anyway, and they're not, and I'm not saying that this class did that, although there were times of that. However, I wanted to play the grumpy RO to see how they'd respond. Oh, did you see what else I did? I don't think it was that stage.
Oh no!
When I started at 12:35. Remember?
Oh, yes.
They went to lunch. So as the shooters were finishing stage 3, I sent them to lunch, and I said the walkthrough for the new stage begins at 12:35. How many people were there? 4.
4. Yeah.
4 out of 12 or 11?
4 of 12.
4 out of 12 shooters arrived at their next stage after lunch on time for a match mode competition class. Do you think getting to the next stage on time is a good idea? Do we even care? Like in Brazil, do they start shooting when you run out of food, or is there a scheduled time to resume? How does it work?
You have a schedule to
Right.
Yes.
So at a major match, if you know you're on the PM squad and you have a lunch break from 12 to 1, are you going to get there at 1:05?
You're gonna get there.
12:45.
I think ideal is at least 20 minutes.
As early as you can.
As early as you can.
Yeah,
We're loaded mags.
So check this out. I'm really concerned about stage walkthrough time. And stage 4 starts at 12:35. I'm going to get there at 12:45. So I cannot get any walkthrough time, which I'm kind of complaining about. It doesn't make any sense.
No.
And I think I did a really good job simulating a match.
Yes. Especially it was a really nice touch with the single stack guy when you tried to destabilize him.
Destabilize?
Yes, when he was loading and making ready. Do you remember?
Oh yeah, I called him out for flagging his,
yes,
for flagging his muzzle.
flagging his muzzle.
Yep. Well, his finger did go forward with the muzzle, and I am not a huge fan of manipulating the gun by the front. I don't think that's very smart.
Oh no.
No, that's where the bullets come from, the front of the gun.
Okay, but not. Yeah. Okay, got you.
And different people have different methods. We don't have a gun handy right now.
No, but
like,
really close.
okay, so let's say this is the muzzle.
Okay.
Hopefully this doesn't get graphic. Okay, I just got DQ'd.
Yes.
I just got DQ'd.
Yes.
And they do it quickly.
So the RO can even be endowed and DQ him.
There's 2 kinds of ROs. The RO that needs to be 100% sure, or the RO that thinks he saw something.
Yes.
And
And
I will never DQ somebody unless I'm 100% sure they broke the rule.
yeah.
If I'm 99% sure and it's not unsafe blatantly, well, if it's blatantly unsafe, I'm going to know. It's a little different. If it's 99% and I'm not 100% sure, I give them the benefit of the doubt. Okay, but let's go back to this stage. Really good shooter. Second, well, maybe the best shooter there. Today, not the best competitor.
Yes.
Our best competitor was a 20-year-old girl who destroyed all you guys by
Yes.
putting the dot in the middle of the target.
Was amazing to see her
Over,
perform.
do you know her first name?
Eduarda.
Zuelda? I didn't see where she parked her broom. Is that really her name, Zuelda?
No, Eduarda.
Edwelda. Still might ride a broom.
Yeah, but everybody calls her Duda.
Duda, perfect.
Yes.
She won the match on her birthday. How great is that?
Yeah, it was
Okay,
fantastic.
so all right, so we'll come back to her.
Okay.
So probably the best shooter technically. We had a stage, 2 targets at 4 yards, 1 open, 1 partial. It was a very generous partial, and this guy, he'd been shooting so well that he thought he could put some speed on it.
Oh,
And he
yes.
tried to put speed on mental management. Mental management stops working when you add speed. You use speed in mental management. You don't add speed in mental management. So the target's close, and I knew somebody would do this. Okay? It's 3 shots per target. He wants a really great draw and a really great grip. So he gets a terrible draw and a terrible grip and then forgets to shoot 3 shots. And here's why. He's so focused on his grip that his shooting becomes subconscious. What that means is it's normal for him to shoot 2 shots per target.
Yes.
He did not program that in the walkthrough.
No, not for sure not.
Right. And the best shooter in class finished dead last on that stage.
Yes, exactly what happened.
And let me just get his hit factor. Would you agree he's probably the best shooter technically?
I think so.
Or certainly right up there.
Exactly. He's a really good shooter.
I don't know what stage that was. Do you have any idea what stage number? Oh, I can tell you because
He's the lowest
Round count.
hits.
Yes.
Round count. Yes.
Stage 7. All right. Stage 7. View results. Stage 7 by division. Okay. The best shooter there. This is not the right stage.
Not.
No. Hang on. We'll do it this way. Say something interesting while,
Okay.
while I find this.
But
Let me do this. You say something interesting.
okay, yes. And this class was really.
I got it.
Okay, you got it.
Yep. You don't need to be interested
Okay.
anymore. Okay. Let's see. His hit factor
Yeah.
was 2.4
Exactly.
for 6 shots in 3 seconds. Oh, he hit a no shoot.
Hit a no shoot.
2
Yes.
Charlies, 2 Deltas, and a no shoot. Hit factor 243 times 328. That's what you get when you think about your draw and think about your grip and try to do it fast. And I explained this to him, and then I called him over, and I said, let's try it again, not for score. Teaching moment. Then he tries to point shoot it and gets a 10 hit factor.
Yes, point shooting. Yes.
Or maybe it was an 8 or a 10.
Oh, 8.
It was an 8. Okay.
Eight.
Was his final
820.
score 10 or 12?
No, he did 820,
Okay.
and then the last one he go up.
Was it a 10 or a 12, the last one?
The 10.
Okay.
10.8.
So point
Almost
shooting, without thinking about his draw or his grip, which is fine, point shooting takes him from 2.4 to 8 for 6 shots. And it was pretty wild.
Yeah, so
Like Alpha
his
Charlie
praise,
Delta.
Yes.
Yeah.
His
And I
praise.
said, hey, did you ever see your dot? He goes, no, it's close. I point shoot. And I said, what's your point of focus? His point of focus is literally F the dot. Mm-hmm. The F word, the dot. Because that makes him feel confident that's what he needs to do. Now, don't make a suggestive face. That was a very suggestive face. Oh, yeah. I'm going to F that dot so hard, so hard, and so quickly. Things are going to come out of the end. It's going to be F so hard. Now, Point shooting gets him an 8, right?
820.
And then I said, hey, I want you to try something. I want you to try the same point of focus that has been working for you for this entire match. F the dot. And then he shot a 10 hit factor. I
Yes.
think he had 1 Charlie.
1 Charlie, exactly. 1 Charlie.
So let's try this on for size. Subconscious stage plan, which includes programming 3 shots per target. Put the dot in the middle of the target. That works pretty good.
Yes.
And you get a 10 hit factor. So actually, the only way a fast shooter can screw it up is by trying to go fast. And I have said that so many times. People that are fast know they're fast. The only way they can screw it up is to get in a hurry.
And oh boy, he got in a hurry.
He got in a hurry. Now here's the problem. People like to call this a speed shoot. Okay? But I'm pretty sure their score hit factor the same. It's still points divided by time. Right? I don't really like that term, but the sport uses it, and that's fine. I prefer the term small stage. Do you call them speed shoots?
No,
Okay,
small
that's-
stage.
In the U.S., they call them speed shoots.
Oh.
Yeah. And maybe that's because the sport was invented in 1978 when they were point shooting and double tapping. And maybe that worked. Like if everybody's point shooting and everybody's double tapping,
Yes.
the score's going to be similar. However, 4 meters, 4 yards is a really dumb place to hit a no-shoot.
And was a really generous partial.
And a 30-point stage is a really dumb place to take a 10 or 15-point penalty. That's 50, a mic is half the stage.
Exactly. Yes.
And we had mics, we had no shoots. 4 meters with the entire 75% of the A zone showing. But you try to snipe alphas quickly. Well, that's an oxymoron,
Okay.
right?
Yes.
It's like a guy who does oxy. That's an oxymoron. Okay, we go from point shooting to shooting alphas and partials. Like this is all so dumb. It's so unnecessary.
Yeah.
Shoot the target in the middle with an acceptable sight picture every single time. And the point of focus compels it. The point of focus compels you. The point of focus compels you. That's what it does. It compels you.
It's like an exorcism for double tapping.
Right.
And
Right.
penalties.
Right. So, and then we had an argument about shooting partials in the middle. And the guy that wanted to argue about it was the guy that just hit the no-shoot.
Yes.
I mean, maybe the girl, Zuelda,
Duda.
maybe she could make an argument for it. Because she likes to favor the A-zone a little bit more. But it takes time.
Big time.
You can do it. I did the same thing. I sniped alphas on partials my entire career. And I very rarely hit a no-shoot. Very rarely. But it was slow. It's slow.
Like in that target, if you try to snipe alphas, it would be really, really slow.
Slow.
You're gonna add, I think, at least a second in that stage.
Maybe. Half second for sure.
Yes. Oh, for sure.
For sure. Between 2 shots.
Between shots, yes.
Oh.
But were 3 shots per target.
Oh, that's a good point. That's a good point. You're right. You're
like
right.
A second.
Okay.
Easy.
So let's talk about being scared of targets.
Yes.
You won stage 2. And you were 98% on stage 1.
Yes.
Okay?
Okay.
And then I think you tried to get smart instead of be dumb.
Yeah, was exactly.
So,
exactly this.
So Guillermo is very smart. He's the best attorney in his town, right? Mm-hmm. Okay. So he's very smart. He's very analytical. He shoots stage 1 completely dumb. Comes in at 98%. Stage 2 is even dumber. And by dumb, we mean simple.
Exactly. Just doing the simple swing. Just
Right. Simple. And what is it? In a caveman voice.
or it would be aiming for the
No caveman voice.
caveman voice.
Yeah.
Be like hitting the center of a available target area every
Even
time.
when you're a caveman, you're trying to be smart.
Oh yes.
Oh, that's a smart caveman.
Oh yeah. Oh, it's like a
Me get
good
plan.
brag.
Me repeat plan. Me can do plan. Yeah, me love plan. Dumb plan good. Can remember. Okay, time to shoot. Me dumb, but me know. Side picture not good, shot not good. Me get good side picture. Me do again. Me move over here. Me get good side picture. Ooh, side picture not good. Gun went off. Me correct.
Yes.
Let it be dumb. but you tried to get smart. And you may have tried to put a little speed on your caveman.
I don't think so. I think in that specific stage, I was really scared about that partial. When I do
let's call that a negative imprint.
Yes.
During the stage planning process, we've got to call it what it is.
Yeah.
I know some of you don't like my terminology being so rigid. I get it. Right? But sometimes rigid's good.
Yes.
Rigid means things. Right? Mm-hmm. So what we have to do...
That's what she said.
Yeah, you picked up on that. Yeah, we inferred the joke and then... Okay, fine.
Okay.
But words mean things. And I shoot my best when I don't think and I don't care. It doesn't really mean anything. If it did, people could do it.
For sure.
But if I say shoot subconsciously by occupying your conscious mind, now those words mean something. Mm-hmm. That's something I can replicate. And I'm not rigid with all my terminology, just the ones that matter. Right?
Yeah, right.
Okay, if you love somebody, you tell them you love them. You don't say, I really like you a lot, because that's not the right word.
No.
But if we say love, we know what it means. Right? If somebody's lovable, you tell them you love them, they know what that means. If you say, I really do like you, well, that's not what you want to hear. All right? You want to hear the right word, because the right word means something. So we use the right words to mean something. Right? Subconscious stage plan with positive imprints. Now tell them the difference between negative imprints and positive imprints during the stage planning process.
Okay. You gotta, for me at least, I think you
Wait. For everyone. People already think they can outsmart this. And this is not a new idea. This is already happening.
Yes, it's already happening.
And I'll prove it to you. Who shoots great when they love the plan and love the stage? I do. Oh, where's my hand so you can see it, okay? Who doesn't shoot as well when they hate the stage and hate their plan?
Yeah.
Everybody.
So
people think that can't be controlled. Okay? Jay Beal loves every stage he shows up at. Joey Sauerland doesn't even do a pre-walk when he goes to big matches.
Oh.
No.
He
doesn't look at the match book. He doesn't get there early. He doesn't walk the stages. He shows up at stage 1 10 minutes before it's time to shoot it. You know why?
Why?
He likes dumb stage plans.
Yeah.
He's not trying to get cute.
Yes.
I mean, Joey Sauerland's pretty cute.
Yeah, and the tight shorts.
Yeah, I mean,
pretty tight.
Let's back that up.
Yeah, okay.
He's not trying to get cute. He's trying to get the dumbest stage plan that he can remember in the shortest period of time. Okay. Because he knows it doesn't matter. Your opinion of your stage plan is far more important than your stage plan. Far more important.
Yeah.
Once again, I'll prove it to you. How many times do you get beat with a superior execution of a poor plan?
Never.
How many times do you get beat with a poor execution of the best plan there? Always. The frickin' time. And that might be the only time you got beat today.
I think so. Yes. I think that stage cost me the match.
It absolutely did, because you were afraid of the target. Yeah. So the next time you're afraid of a target, think, well, I wouldn't recommend this, but just know that being afraid of a target will cost you the match.
Yes, and yes.
Was there any reason you couldn't make that shot? It was a 15-yard partial. Very generous.
Yes. I think 1 or 2 stagers got a similar target.
Right.
Than that.
You've been shooting that target all day long.
All day long. Yes.
Why did it scare you now? Were you afraid it would slow you down?
No, I don't know. I think when I was doing the walkthrough, I just raised my hand in front of it and got afraid of that. It's like when you see a hard mover or something like that.
When you used to see a hard mover.
I don't have problem with shooting movers.
Well, then why did you have a problem with a 15-yard generous partial? You either got in a hurry or you got scared.
I got scared for sure.
Then, okay, so if you're scared of a target, wouldn't you want to give it more respect? Or did you just assume you were going to struggle on it?
Yes. Today I learned that it's really important to control your imprints.
Yes,
it's for sure.
Yes.
It cost one target cost me the entire match.
I think was it 2 mics on a no shoot?
2 mics and a no shoot. Yes.
Because there were a lot of good shooters in Standard Division, and it was a close race. Anybody could have won those stages, right?
Yes.
They were all very, very good shooters. But guess who won the stages? The best competitor won the stages. The guy who's try this on for size.
Okay.
The guy who's following mental management the closest. I mean, Steve Anderson is at the match. Most of those people are never going to get to shoot a match with me ever again.
No, never.
You will, but they won't.
Yeah.
Most of them.
Most of them, yeah.
Right? Unless they come see me next year.
Yes.
So, controlling the imprints is about controlling this, by the way, because whatever's in your self-image is going to bubble up. For example, if it's strong hand only, the state of your self-image of strong hand only is going to pop to the top. I'm good at this, or I'm not good at this.
Yes.
Now, that can be replaced short term in a pinch. Okay, for example, if I have a history of not doing well with my support hand only, and I get to support hand only stage, I can create a temporary imprint, if I can believe it, that says, okay, with good sight and trigger, my chances are as good as anybody. It's a temporary imprint.
Yes.
But you have to identify a strategy. What you can't do, and what I've never, ever, ever told anybody to do, is lie to themselves.
Yes.
Self-image won't accept it.
You won't fit in your self-image.
It won't fit. It's too big. It's too big. It can go in a little bit at a time, but you can't get it all in at once. It won't fit.
Yeah.
Okay?
And for me, prior to the support hand stage, what I think was really helpful was to just go to the safety area and dry fire, see some side pictures, and do a little trigger pulls, being gentle on the trigger.
Right, and those are imprints.
Because I knew put a really good imprint for me and my self-image that I could make all the shots with the support hand if I got a gentle trigger pull.
Now, let me show you some math. See something interesting while I find my phone. Say something interesting. I'll find the phone.
And after the stage that cost me the match.
The stage in which I learned the power of positive imprints versus negative imprints.
I think what's really helpful, because I do the mental reshoot, but the imprint still in my mind because I know what happened, and I couldn't replace the thought that it was a bad stage, and I got
needs work.
Yeah, it needs work, and that got me some penalties.
Okay, so your hit factor was 2.49. It took you 19 seconds.
Yes.
To shoot all that. Now, there might be a give up point on that. Let me see here. Keep being interesting while I see if I can.
And what I really do that was really helpful, that's I go back to the safety area again and just try hard targets, and with seeing my sights very clearly and doing trigger gentle pulls, because it occupies my conscious mind,
right,
and took me out of that state, that mental state, you know.
I don't have time to really get this right mathematically, but at a 2.49 hit factor, a miss is worth 6 seconds.
Okay.
Did you spend more than 6 seconds on that mini popper?
No, I don't think so.
Are you sure? Because it took you 19 seconds to shoot 9 shots.
On the support hand only? Oh, I have what happens in that state is that my safety was broken, and I replaced it with another safety, but not for the right support hand. So when I just pick up the gun, I saw that the gun's still with the safety on.
Okay.
And it cost me sometimes for sure.
But here's my point: at a 2.49 hit factor, if it takes you longer than 6 seconds to shoot that steel popper, the mic becomes better.
Yes, but
Does that make sense?
yes, makes sense.
One of those guys stood there for 30 seconds and shot 30 seconds at a popper. And all I'm saying is a little bit of hit factor math would say, okay, if it takes me longer than 6 seconds to shoot this thing, it was a probably 20 meter
Yes,
mini popper.
I think
only.
we're 20 meters. Yes,
It's a difficult shot.
yes. It requires a little trigger control.
So here's my point. If you went to the RO and you said, okay, what are the average hit factors? Take 15 divided by the average hit factor. That's how long you have to hit that target before shooting at it hurts you. Mm-hmm. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay. So just know that. Like, for example, are you really going to stand there for 30 seconds to keep shooting at a mini popper?
No.
And I need to do some more math on the break even point. But there comes a time where a 15-point penalty is better than shooting at a mini popper support hand only at 20 yards for 30 secons.
Yes.
Right? The points just aren't worth it. Okay? So that's what I'm trying to make there. All right, let's talk about the great things. The 20-year-old girl won the match on her birthday, and all she did was put the dot in the middle of the target. Now, as someone who has deviated, I guess I should talk about more good stuff. Every time we go around and shoot a stage, I ask them, what is the mental percentage? And that is, to what percentage, it's always so counterintuitive, what percentage did you surrender to your mental management process? And we got some 60s. We got some 70s. And then I almost threw my clipboard down if I'd had a clipboard. Okay, Remember that?
Oh, yeah.
I said, okay, do you know, I don't really care what your number is, do you know how to get to 100%? No, we don't know. Okay, it's stand on your flow chart. What's the flow chart? That's when I would have thrown my clipboard down. We were literally at this match to practice stand on the flow chart. It took the one guy 10 minutes to find it. So don't tell me he looked at it that morning.
No.
He didn't.
He didn't.
And that was the whole point of going there. And I'm not mad, I'm passionate. Only because you are not going to have many opportunities to shoot a match with Steve Anderson. And you're going to have even fewer opportunities to do it right after middle management in the classroom.
Exactly. Yes.
Okay? So and then we find out, once he found it, he didn't understand it. Well, we spent 9 hours in the classroom. 9. And how many times did I ask for questions?
Many.
All he had to say was, excuse me, I don't understand this flowchart. It's in English. I don't speak English. We discussed it in Portuguese. They could have labeled it. They could have made notes. Okay?
Yes.
There's 3 things people don't do when they leave mental management. Flowchart, journal, directive affirmation. And those are the 3 most important things. Like, what are they doing?
I'll say that exactly. The 3 most important things.
Right, and the point of focus is your lightsaber in a bar fight. If you don't have and are not using, or if you're forgetting the correct point of focus, you literally have a lightsaber on your belt in a bar fight and you're forgetting to turn it on. Like you're getting your ass kicked. People are throwing, they're cracking pool cues over your head. One guy's got a bottle and it's broken off and he's jabbing you with it, right? And then the waitresses are trying to decide who to help and who not to help, you know? And you've literally got a lightsaber on your belt. And you're not going to get it out and turn it on. You could be going, you could be destroying everybody. Cutting pool sticks in half. Slicing pool balls as they come to you. Bam, bam, pool ball, gotcha. But you don't. Because they don't believe in the power of it. Or they haven't experienced the power of it. Or what would be even more troublesome is this. Hey, this is wild. I've had 6 really great stages using mental management to a T. This is going great. What I'm going to do now is deviate from it. I'm going to put some speed on it. I'm going to point shoot my gun. I'm going to let negative imprints cause me to be afraid of a target. Guys, you cannot outsmart negative imprints. Everybody thinks they can. Oh, this is for sissies. Oh, pat myself on the bottom, give myself a participation trophy, tell myself I'm the best. Anderson's a dumbass. Anderson produces champions.
Yes.
Winners. Champions, winners. If you do everything I tell you to do, you could go from new shooter to national champion in 2 years. And if you don't believe me, Google Joey Sauerland. Oh, he's just in really good shape. Okay, look up Jay Slater. Gaz Evans, Jay Beal. I'm leaving some people out here. Not to mention, this doesn't even get into the hundreds of people that are winning their class. Right? If a guy's in C class because of level of participation or how long he's been in the sport, winning C class is where it starts. And then winning B class, and then winning A class. Right? I know how to do this. I have learned how to do this. But you got to do everything.
Yes. And one of the things I learned today is actually I tested and learned this in the past days is the focus phrase gotta mean something really deep to you.
Mm-hmm. And you have to trust it.
You have to trust it for sure.
Of course.
And you gotta so I used seeing what I need to see for a long time.
And it worked well.
But now I find one that really meant something specific to me. And
But you didn't trust it 100%, with all due respect.
no, I don't say I don't trust it, but
Okay.
I deviated.
What's the difference?
So
Why would you deviate if you trusted it? If you really believed. And so you guys have to understand, we've been living together for 12 days. Okay, so we're on a different level of communication. Like this is not how I would speak to just a normal client. This is how I speak to a guy I've been sharing a house with for 12 days. Right? And we talk about this stuff all the time. So it's time for, I wouldn't call it tough love, I'd call it challenging questions. Right? We need to get past this place. Okay, so go ahead.
yes, so
He needs to get past this.
yes, I need.
I'm
to.
going back to America. Good luck.
Oh. But you don't have the good pharmacy painkillers
Oh,
and
the
stuff like
drugs
that.
you
The
have
drugs,
supplied me
yes.
with have been magical. Non-narcotic.
Oh,
just-
no, yeah.
The only problem with these drugs is they're banned by the FDA. But they're
Yes.
really good.
Really, really good.
And
Out
there
of the
were-
counter.
And there were 2 doctors in class that said there was virtually no chance that I would go into severe liver failure. I mean, it happens,
No.
but it's rare.
No.
Or some sort of rare blood disease, which I don't have.
Exactly. Is
Ooh.
something very common. Even is using even in babies here in Brazil, and it's
So
pretty safe. It's used by everybody.
because you're my medical caretaker, which we haven't needed.
Okay.
I need to tell you my blood type.
Okay.
IB positive.
Okay. I'm O positive.
I'm IB positive. Have you ever heard of that?
Yes.
You have.
Yes.
Do you know what it means? It means I be positive. You ain't sticking me with no needle. I be positive.
Okay.
So, talk to me about deviation and trust.
And I
When
think
you trusted, I will see what I need to see, and you knew it would provide the best result, and you didn't put speed on it, and you weren't afraid of the targets, it worked. Right?
yes, right.
Then
Yes.
why'd it quit working?
Because I think they don't follow exactly.
Oh, it
Yeah.
quit working because you didn't obey it, not because it was wrong.
No.
So
it's
now,
nothing wrong.
now you've got a new girlfriend. Okay.
Okay.
In a manner of speaking. You're like you're like the meme. Have you seen the meme where the guy's walking with his girlfriend and then he turns over his shoulder?
You just look at your girl. Yes.
That's you.
Yes.
The girlfriend is I will see what I need to see.
And
Be
it's just-
dumb is the new girl.
Yes.
Right? You trusted it. You loved it. It was working. And you're like, because what you really want is to go faster. I know what you want. That's what you want.
Yes.
And
I
because
think
you're
it-
not training very much, you're not getting faster.
Yeah.
There is no free speed on match day. You pay for it in points. Today, you paid for it with the match.
I pay for the match. For
Right.
Sure. Yes.
And thank you so much for being so honest. Most people would not have the cojones to come on here and talk about this, especially when they know, that the people in Brazil are going to be listening to this.
Yes, but I don't care because they're gonna it's just making me learn from my
And you
mistakes.
could turn it into a strength.
And-
And you know what? You'd be dumb not to discuss this right now because how often, well, once a year, are you going to get to share a room with Steve Anderson? A
Exactly.
house.
A house, yes.
And be able to talk about this stuff for 10 hours a day. And we have. Mm-hmm. We have. Not to mention my brilliant songwriting. Boy, that's a great song,
Oh,
isn't it?
yes.
Is that not the best song you've ever heard?
Yes, I truly think so.
It's right up. It's for sure the best song I've ever written.
Yes, it's really, really good.
It's not about shooting.
No.
However, well, it's a little bit about shooting.
Yes, a little bit. Yeah,
Little.
got something in there.
It's
about
actually kind of a lot about shooting. It's mostly about space,
Oh, yes.
right?
Yes.
But
I'll come
I
back to
digress.
that.
I just get excited. So, I mean, my self-image, right? I just wrote the best song of my entire musical career. That's good for my self-image.
Yes.
So, you and your deviation, is that where we were before we got sidetracked?
Exactly.
Okay, talk about that.
I think deviation was not about not trusting my focus phrase, but really deviating from the process that to get what I was doing for before that,
Right.
and it's working really well. So.
Now, I will say that is it be dumb or let it be dumb?
Be dumb.
Be dumb. Okay. So what that means is, at least to me, we've accepted that we can't outsmart this. And we've accepted that we shoot better subconsciously, which means less conscious thought. And being dumb, it sounds like it encourages you to think less.
Exactly what it thinks. Just remind me that I don't like when I go to shoot, when I'm ready to shoot, I only have to see two things: my sights and the middle of every target. Just that. I don't have to see anything else.
And what would have worked when you were afraid of that target was to say that. All I have to do is see my sights in the middle of this target and get two trigger pulls, and I can make that shot. If you had done that, you might have still gotten a no-shoot. And you might have gotten one mic, but you would not have gotten two mics and a no-shoot.
Yes, for sure.
That would not have happened.
No way.
And we have to look at the match points. Let's see how many match points it was. Say something interesting while I do this.
So when I say deviate from the process, because part of the process is exactly collecting positive imprints when you go into stage plan. So when you're in the strategy phase, and you need positive imprints.
Let's see. So you had 694 match points. Standard winner had 733. So let's just say something interesting.
So it's really important not be prepared to shoot a stage, and like really trusting your focus phrase, but you gotta do the whole thing. And so it's like just like
that penalty cost you 40 match points roughly. 39 match points was the difference between you and first place. So it was that target.
That whole target, the one target in a match that's probably like 150 shots, something like that.
Yeah.
So like two shots, one target, two shots cost me the match. Because of the points.
Let's try to reframe that.
Okay.
When I get better at positive imprints, sight and trigger, I can win against people who are training harder than me by being a better competitor.
Yes.
You asked me about replacing the imprint.
Yes.
You can't suppress an imprint, otherwise it wouldn't be there.
Yeah, but
Hang on.
Okay.
You can't suppress an imprint,
can't
otherwise it wouldn't be there. But you can replace it.
Okay.
If you love dogs,
Okay.
well
yes.
you love cats.
Oh, for sure.
One of your many flaws.
Yes.
One of your many flaws. Does that cat ever bite you?
Yes. My
Well,
cat.
that's
yes.
what cats do.
Yeah.
They're kind of little a-holes.
No, they're so sweet.
But when the cat bites you, do you change your behavior for a short period of time?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
You don't do things that are going to get you bit. That's an imprint.
Yes.
You're not going to forget the cat bit you.
No.
But you have more positive interactions that outweigh the negative interactions. If that cat bit you every time you touched it,
Oh yes, for sure it's gonna damage my
you're
myself.
going to do something
Yes.
You're not going to keep bitten by a cat 12 times a day.
No.
That would be dumb.
Yes.
And I am in no way advocating for people to rehome animals. I think that's a polite term for abandonment. But especially if you've got a baby in the home, a cat that bites doesn't get to stay in that house. Something has to be done.
For
Right?
sure.
Or a
Yes.
kennel or something. Whatever. So you can't outsmart negative imprints. And your point of focus, all it has to do is occupy the conscious mind. That's all it has to do.
Yes, but I would say that I overcome the match today. I was okay, so I leave the range, kind of pissed off at myself because that particular mistake, because I knew that in some level now we got proof that really cost me the match, but I think now I can I already overcome this.
Good.
Just replacing this with strategy.
Yes, strategy.
Oh.
Replace anxiety with strategy. That's a great thing to
Yeah,
do.
what I just did after the match, after being pissed off, because okay, so if you leave a match really pissed off, it doesn't help you anyway.
No, and most of the time, unless we can change those imprints somehow, most people will arrive at the range in the exact same condition that they left it. So if you leave the range pissed off, there's an excellent chance you're going to show up pissed off.
Exactly. So what I just did, replaced it with strategy and what I learned in that match.
Good, that's great.
I learned a lot, and I wrote like between stages. I wrote on my phone what I was learning, and documenting what is working.
Grab your phone.
Yes.
We want to hear it.
Yes.
See, he said, I wrote on my phone all the things that I learned. Did you hear what I said? Show me. It's just like whenever somebody says they can do something, what do I say? Load and make ready.
Load 'em. Yes.
I would love to see
See
it.
that.
Oh, I could do rapid fire group that size, no problem. Show me. That's just what I want you to do is show me.
So what I learned today is that between stages, I can go to the safety area and have good side pictures and trigger pulls as a way to change the thoughts, replace thoughts, imprints. So today I learned that if I focus on my sights and make individual shots, and this is gonna make me totally surrender to my focus phrase and
Let's
my
call it
sight.
a point of focus.
Yeah, my point of focus.
I know that was rigid. I'm very sorry.
Yeah.
We got to use the right words.
For sure. And I learned that when I fully surrender to my point of focus, I'm faster than most.
Now we're getting somewhere.
So-
because that's what you really want. You want to be faster. The iron sight guys, they learned that seeing what they need to see, getting really excited about it, makes them faster.
And like I learned today, if I cannot be positive, I can be productive. But-
Right.
So
if I can't be positive, I can be productive.
I have to change because, like, I'm not trying to brag, but
Is this a self-image thing or an ego thing?
that's tough.
Go
Like-
ahead.
I don't like to brag, but I'm a pretty smart guy.
You're a very smart guy.
And I have problems. If I have any kind of problems, my head's gonna be really messed up.
Why?
And because I'm gonna overthink.
Okay. Have you found that to be effective in shooting?
Oh no! But now today I know I learned that I got to the only way, at least for me, that worked. It was to replace this.
Hang on. People already think that they are so different and so special that they can add or subtract from mental management or put some speed on it or leave this part out or leave the other part out. What you got to understand, Lanny Bassam didn't invent this. He identified it in gold medalists, Olympic champions who were doing these things without knowing they were doing these things. So the only reason I stopped you, people already think they're different. So please don't say it works for me.
Oh no.
You saw it work and not work for every single person on the range.
Oh yes, for sure.
All right, so please finish your thought.
So I got the way that I was able to change the channel and stop and replace these thoughts was always applying and coming back to strategy. Because if you focus on the problem,
Strategy is productive.
exactly,
Right.
strategy is productive. So if I always is the way that I find for myself to change the channel.
Sure, perfect.
So
And that's an excellent thing to do. So I want to let everybody know what we did was we did a full day of mental management in the classroom, which you did a fantastic job of translating.
Oh, thank you so much.
Really nicely done. I mean, let's just give him an example. Okay, this is just imagine this guy doing this for 9 hours a day for the last 2 weeks. Okay?
Yes.
All right, now we get to self-image.
Então, agora vamos para a autoimagem.
Self-image
A autoimagem
is your
é a
opinion
sua opinião
of yourself
de você mesmo,
collectively
coletivamente
and
e
individually
individualmente,
inside your sport.
dentro do seu esporte.
It also defines what's normal.
Também define o que é normal.
If you always struggle on
Se
steel,
você sempre tem problemas com alvos de metal,
or you always
ou,
have issues
ou você sempre tem problemas
with far targets,
com alvos longes,
that becomes you.
isso se torna você.
9 hours of that.
Yes, 9 hours.
And he's actually looking at his phone while he's doing it
And writing messages.
and writing messages. Now, if he can do that, that means his translation is what?
Subconscious.
Subconscious. And because I've complimented him on it, his self-image is high on that skill.
Yes.
So it's even easier to do. He's getting greater access to it. Guys, you know this is true. This is not a new idea. When you are confident, you shoot better. But we got to call it what it is. It's self-image. When you have the skill to do something and you believe you can do it, it's going to happen. But if you don't have the skill, or that's actually worse, when you have the skill, ooh, sorry.
Go ahead.
Sorry.
No,
so
go ahead.
sorry.
Yeah.
Did you have the skill to make that shot?
Of course.
Did you have the confidence that you could?
No, no.
You were scared.
I was
You were
scared.
scared. Which is weird. Are you sure that you weren't worried about being slow? Because you shot that same target like 6 times.
I took 3 shots at that target.
Oh, you did, didn't you?
Yes.
So that makes it trigger, doesn't it? Now that no
Maybe.
shoot was pretty far left. That
Yes.
indicates transitioning
True.
off.
Yes.
I mean, when it's an inch in and you're already shooting the center available, I can believe trigger. But when it's 12 inches in,
I was just leaving that target for
right,
sure.
right, and that's usually done because we're worried about speed.
And the
Oh,
funny
wait a
thing-
second. Were
Okay.
you afraid of it and in a hurry?
I don't think so. I think I was just really
I
scared.
think you just said you transitioned off of it while you were shooting. That's usually caused by worrying about being slow.
Yes, maybe. But the funny thing that happens in that stage is immediately after I shot that target, there's 2 open papers really close. And I shot that, like my conscious mind wake up immediately. And I shot that close targets like poof, 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 poof.
Slow down.
Slow down for a period of time, at least in that part of the stage, for sure.
Well, when I say the conscious control of speed is always an error, people just assume that I'm talking about speeding up. Slowing down is just as bad because they both deny you access to your subconscious skill. All right, so we need to wrap this up, but I want to remind everybody that we are doing mental management online in March. I don't remember the dates, but if you go to andersonshooting.com and click on upcoming classes, I believe we're doing at least 2 time slots, maybe 3, on 3 consecutive weekdays. It's either Tuesday or Wednesday or Thursday, I can't remember. But go to andersonshooting.com, click on upcoming classes, and you can check it out. Buddy, I want to thank you so much for everything you've done for this trip.
Okay, thank you.
And it's been really great becoming better friends with you. You've gotten to see Steve at his worst, and this time you get to see Steve at his best and most happiest.
Yes, and I hope to see you every time this just like that.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, I think it's going to be okay.
Oh yes,
Yeah,
for sure.
you've had a little behind the scenes glimpse. I think it's going to be okay.
Yes.
In fact, I know it is. All right. So, do you have anything else you want to say?
No, I think it's
All right. Very good. Until we meet again on the range. Oh, one more thing. We do have some class opportunities later in the year. We're booked up pretty good until July. But if you're interested in doing a class in the summer, this is the best time to do that so we can get it filled up. I can stay at your place. Has it been interesting sharing a house with Steve Anderson?
Oh, it's very interesting. Yes.
Notice I didn't say fun, I said interesting.
Yes, it was. Yeah, for sure.
And we taught you how to pee outside.
Oh, yes.
Let's not say the term.
No.
But yeah, we.
What was very interesting. Yes, yes. Very.
That's kind of a Kentucky thing.
Like, I'll say unique experience.
Unique experience, yeah.
Totally unique.
All right. So, if you want to do a class, send me an email and put class. Put something class in the subject line. Those are the ones I answer first, and then we'll get it put together. There's all kind of things we can do. Mental management plus a match, standard class, advanced class. I have a new fundamentals class that I can't wait to do.
Ooh.
We'll do that next year.
Oh, for sure.
All right, until we meet again on the Zoom, on the phone, or anywhere else, be like me, do what I do, say it with me. 1, 2, 3, love you, bye, and
Get to work.
get to work.